Hello aspirants, welcome to UPSC Academy. Class 7th NCERT chapters. First start cheyana. First one is nutrition in plants. Last class we learnt about carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Those are the components of food. These components of food are called nutrients and are necessary for our body. All living organisms require food. Plants can make food for themselves, but animals, including humans, cannot. They get it from plants or animals that eat plants. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. Mode of nutrition in plants. Plants are the only organisms that can prepare food for themselves by using water, carbon dioxide, and minerals. The raw materials are present in their surroundings. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair damaged parts of their bodies, and provide the energy to carry out life processes. So nutrients are required to build their bodies and to grow the damaged parts, also repair the damaged parts of the body, and also providing the energy to carry out the life process. Nutrition is mode of taking food by an organism and it is utilization by the body. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substances is called autotrophic. Auto means self, trophos means nourishment. So, autotrophic is preparing food or making food from simple substances by themselves. And plants are called autotrophs. Animals and most other organisms take in food prepared by plants. They are called heterotrophs. Heteros means other. Preparing food from other components like plants. That is heterotrophs. Next is photosynthesis, food making process in plants. Leaves are the food factories of plants, therefore all the raw materials must reach the leaf. Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. So, water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the roots of the plants, and from the roots it is transporting to the leaves and other parts of the plant. Carbon dioxide from air is taken in through the tiny pores present in the surface of leaves. These pores are surrounded by guard cells. Such pores are called stomata. In the box cells, we have seen that the buildings are made of bricks. Similarly, the bodies of living organisms are made of tiny units called cells. Cells can be seen only under the microscope. The microscope picture is given in 1.1 cell. The nucleus, cytoplasm, and the cell membrane. Cells can be seen only under microscope. Some organisms are made of only one cell. The cell is enclosed by a thin outer boundary called cell membrane. That is membrane. Enclosed by a thin outer boundary. The cell is enclosed by a thin outer boundary is called cell membrane. Most cells have a distinct centrally located spherical structure. You can see that in figure 1.1. That is called nucleus. The nucleus is surrounded by a jelly-like substance called cytoplasm. The dots you can see in figure 1.1 cell. That is cytoplasm. Water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels which run like pipes throughout the root, the stem, the branches and the leaves. They form a continuous path or passage for the nutrients to reach the leaf. They are called vessels. The leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll that gives the green color to the leaves. Chlorophyll gives the green color to the leaves, like the hemoglobin gives red color to humans. It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to synthesize or prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. It is combined of two words, that is photo and synthesis. Photo means light, synthesis to prepare. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. It is a unique process on earth. The solar energy is captured by the leaves and stored in the plant in the form of food. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all organisms. In the absence of photosynthesis, there would not be any food for plants. The survival of almost all living organisms, directly or indirectly, depends upon the food made by the plants. Besides, oxygen, which is essential for survival of all organisms, is produced during the photosynthesis. So, during the photosynthesis, oxygen is releasing from plant and the carbon dioxide absorbed by the plants. Thus, we get oxygen, which is essential for our life. Besides leaves, photosynthesis also takes place in other green parts of the plants, in green stems and green branches. The desert plants have a scale or spine-like leaves to reduce loss of water by transpiration. These we discussed in the last class itself. These plants have green stems which carry out photosynthesis. Since few points are discussed in the last classes, I am just reading it out so that we can consume our time. In the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible on the earth. During photosynthesis, chlorophyll containing cells of leaves, that is figure 1.2, in the presence of sunlight, use carbon dioxide and water to synthesize carbohydrates, that is figure 1.3. The process can be represented in an equation. Carbon dioxide plus water, in the sunlight and chlorophyll we get carbohydrate plus oxygen. The diagram, you can see the plant, the chlorophyll in the leaf, light, energy from the sun, water and minerals in the soil. In this process, carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plant and oxygen is released from the plant. During the process, oxygen is released. The presence of starch in leaves indicates the occurrence of photosynthesis. Starch is also a carbohydrate. We saw up to activity 1.1 in this video. Rest of the portion we will discuss in the next video. Thank you for your patience.